All right, let's try this again. Earlier this afternoon, I recorded like 45 minutes of me talking about everything from the live letter and the job action trailer, and it recorded the audio from the computer, but not my microphone, even though the microphone was on and connected and everything was working fine there. So here we go again. So this is going to be kind of the in place of video for a live reaction, because I didn't get a live reaction for the job action trailer. I was with my family because it was my third daughter's first birthday, so I spent time with them. I was still watching it and scaring my in-laws with all my sounds and noises that I was making when the monk one was on. And but yeah, didn't get it recorded, so I figured I'd make this and kind of go over my thoughts on what was going on and what we saw, and hopefully a little bit more concise than the one that I did before. I'd like to keep this to 15 minutes, not 45, so I will try and take notes from the last time and stop rambling, like right now. I've got notes over on the side here. I don't really have a script. I wanted to keep this a little bit more organic, but I still wanted to keep to some talking points. So, like I said, very happy about these changes. It's very, very, very good. Like, most stuff looks really cool. For this one, I'm going to focus on Monk and Summoner and Reaper. I know that they're, but what about Scholar? Aren't you going to make jokes about Scholar? No. Well, what about Dark Knight? Dark Knight didn't get very much. I don't care. We're going to be talking about Monk, Reaper, and Summoner. What about Samurai? Samurai's pretty good. Samurai's like last thing was really cool. That's about it for Samurai. Still looking forward to it. Not nearly as hype as Monk, Reaper, and Summoner for me. So this is going to be my list. This is going to be what I think is cool. You can leave what you thought was cool in the comments, but don't expect me to be like, oh, why didn't you talk about this? Probably because it wasn't that important to me. So it can be important to you, but it's just not my thing. So yeah, I should mention that I'm going to be at the media tour, and I'm like really looking forward to like getting my hands on all this stuff. So again, Monk, Reaper, and Summoner are going to be like the big ones that I play with and mess around with. I'm going to still like go here and there because my wife definitely is still Scholar main. She's not super happy about what was discussed, but maybe there's something, you know, kind of hidden within the text of the job abilities that will make it better. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing that next week. Embargo lifts sometime mid-October. I'll try and get you guys more information as we go along. But yeah, I just want to like start off by saying this job action trailer is a dream come true. Like, just straight up dream come true. Like, if you've been watching for a while, maybe you're new here. If you go back to the DrakGamestein Twitch highlights for the stream stuff, or just through any of my discussion videos about Beastmaster, Monk, Summoner, any of that, you're going to see a lot of those things mentioned in there, like almost to a T, displayed here in the job action trailer. I'm not going to go through all the thing, but I have it here just in case behind me. Yeah, it's just, it's wild to me that stuff that you would like expect to be talking about like on the playground or something, like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if they added this to the game? Oh yeah, but they won't do it, but it would be so cool if they did this. And then they actually they did it. Like, they just added all this stuff that we were theory crafting and talking about, and like, this is unreal. Like, if any of you are from WoW, this is why we love the dev team so much for Final Fantasy XIV, because they look at us and go, how do you want the game to be played? What's fun for you? Not, you're not playing it right. You should enjoy it the way we made it for you. You don't know what you're talking about. So, I mean, I still think our ideas are pretty dang good, but just the fact that they aren't looking down their noses at us, hopefully they're not looking at all the things that we talk about and suggest and be like, oh fine, we'll put it in the game, see how they like it. Don't come crawling back to us when you don't like it. So at least I hope that's not the case. Really enjoying the fact that yeah, it just seems that either they're on board or there's just like super parallel thinking, which is great to have. It helps the enjoyment of the game. But let's just get into the stuff right now. Let me see. Yeah. On that note, you know, I think it's good that a lot of people were like, I'm really worried that monks, they just took away Grease Lightning, but they didn't give us anything. And I think it's good to mention that so that they know, oh, they still want something extra to do. That's very good. But when you kind of sit there and be like, oh, they killed the class. Oh, I guess the class is dead. Monk's dead. They don't care about it. And there were, nobody said that, Drak. Lots of people were saying that. And I told them, like, just wait. They're doing what we asked up to a point. They're not doing like major overhauls yet. Let's just give them time and wait till Endwalker and see what they do. And holy crap, did they do? They did. They went big and hard, and I'm not gonna finish that. Just in case they're watching, I don't want to ruin this like all our raid nights. So yeah, the dev team is known for going above and beyond. Even if they don't someday for whatever reason, that's not today. So while we have them doing well, and while we have them listening, let's just make the most of it. Continue to show your gratitude. If things are not working the way that you think they should, or if things need changing, continue to communicate with them on the forums, or you can shoot ideas to me on Twitter or on the community page, and we'll make some videos about it and like discuss. But yeah, we need to show them just as much as they need criticisms of things, they need constructive criticism. Like, I mean, any criticism needs to be constructive. I don't like this because ABC, I would prefer XYZ. Or this is good because ABC, I prefer it over XYZ. Anything like that that kind of shows a rationale behind how you're feeling and why. So let's keep doing that. It's working, so let's take heart. Whether or not it was my idea, whether or not it was, Mr. Happy or Larry Zor or Niztech or any of the other creators, like, let's just take this as a collective win. That the dev team is listening to us, and hopefully everybody's on board, that these are good changes, and that we're having a good time with it, or that we will have a good time with it. So let's go to Monk. Let me switch over here, have it switch up, have it pulled up here. I love how they changed the music right as Monk. They're like, oh, it's about to drop. It's about to drop right now. So I was just watching. I was just like glued to the screen the second I saw this. I was like, oh, okay. And that didn't register to me right away. When it did the gap closer, I was like, oh, all right. That's neat. Because again, if you go to any of my older like streams or videos, I've been wanting like that exact thing. I thought it would be because we already had shoulder tackle, and I'm fine that it's gone. If this is what we get instead of shoulder tackle, take it. I don't want it. Give me this all day, every day. I'm not, oh no, we lost an animation lock, and based on like a small percentage of damage that we kind of feel like we're losing out on if we don't spam all the time. I don't care. I don't care. This is so awesome. And I also missed the chakras at the bottom first. Like, I saw the gauge filling, but I didn't see the light and dark. So that's really cool, that's in there. And just that we got that, and it's forward, backward, to a target, to your party member, whatever. I'm gonna have a lot of fun just dancing around with people, just or 3 times. I hope it's a low cooldown. I could probably go to the video later and see what that's about. But we are, oh yeah, and that spin from the benchmark, I think it's replacing Armor the Destroyer. So I really like that, because it has the same, it's on the same form, Oppo. That's what this purple one is. This one looks really cool. So 1 chakra I think is Elixir Field. Second is this big Phoenix attack. 6 star seems to function more or less the same. Can't really tell because they use the gap closer. Perfect balance again. Oh yeah, perfect balance. It gives us form shift when we're done. I'm so happy about that. I'm so, like, the more I watch stuff about Monk, the happier I got. We got form shift. I've been waiting for that forever. I just wanted them to put us in Oppo at the end, so we could start a rotation and not have to worry about, oh, we have to go through the whole thing over again in order to get, Leaden Fist or the Boot Shine effect. Now it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good stuff. Then we do 2 Oppo stuff, Dragon Kick, Boot Shine, that's Demolish, so that is something. And then we get Star Shower. We get Star Shower! Woo! We get Star Shower! We get Star Shower. This is from Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't know if it was in the original Final Fantasy VII, but this is Tifa's ability. I want to say it's... So, if you've heard me talking about this, I always reference Monster Hunter World Longsword and Tifa from Final Fantasy VII Remake. Basic idea, and this is exactly what we got. This is what I've been asking for. This is exactly what we got. You start off at 0. You do, you know, fill up a gauge, which is the Sabin Blitz here. I know somebody's gonna lynch me if I don't mention that it's from Sabin from, I think, Final Fantasy VI, which I still have to play. You start off at nothing, do the Blitz, unlock 1 chakra, and do an ability, the finisher ability that sets you to 1. You know, that 1 chakra, the yin and yang, I think they call them yo and yin, light dark chakra, I don't know, I haven't really decided what I'm gonna, I think just light dark chakra. That's, you guys understand what I'm talking about. You go through it again, puts you at level 2, that's both chakras, and then level 3 is your super attack that then drops you down. So I wasn't sure if they were gonna do a ramping damage type of thing, or like Grease Lightning used to be, or I think it's just going to be ramping potency. I know Longsword, you get more damage as you enhance levels. Basically the same thing. Build up your gauge, use the gauge to do a combo that sets you level 1, 2, 3, and then using your super move, and Monster Hunter's Helm Splitter, you just cut through and you get like 10 hits from 1 slash. Super anime, super cool. And that sets you back down a level, and then you have to build back up. That's kind of the flow of it, and that's freaking what we got. And we got Tifa's Star Shower. I kept calling it Star Shower Dive on Twitter, so that's my bad. People were like, Dragoon didn't get a new... What are you talking about? Star Shower, I'm pretty sure it's Star Shower. I think somebody called it something different. Anyway, you'll know, you'll see it if you watch anything with Tifa from 7 Remake. This is exactly what I wanted. The only difference is that I was hoping that they would do a like a silhouette of a person, and then the chakras would like build up through them, and then as you unlock stuff, you would see like the head chakra, the heart chakra, the core chakra, and then those would expend. Because I was hoping that would help the gauge a little bit more. I'll get to that in a bit for helping chakra stacks not overflow. But yeah, this is something else. This, again, like I said earlier, things that were like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we got Tifa's thing? Or wouldn't it be cool to, like... To me, this is like everybody saying, what if we got Suplex? This is what that is. Like, it actually is in the game for me, and it's freaking crazy. So I'm gonna talk... I was gonna talk about, like, options for, like, maybe if they'll add a ranged attack. Maybe if they'll do chakra... help us manage chakra a little bit better. I'm gonna save that for the media tour. Actually, I'm not going to discuss it here. I want to keep the time down a little bit here. But, or should I say it here? I don't know. Okay, I'll say it here. I still want them to do Ki Blast. This is like not, I'm not disappointed. I saw somebody say, why isn't Drak, or is it, I expected Drak to be complaining about no range attack. I'm like, do you know how much we just got? How much of a jerk would I be to get everything on my wish list? And then, I didn't get my range attacks. Bleh. I'm super happy with what we got. This is incredible. The amount of work that went into this, making this sort of job fantasy reality. They went hard on this. So, whatever. We don't get it. Oh no, we don't get a range attack. We got everything else. You know, I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna be grateful for what we have right now. I will still, you know, propose the questions and see if they will be willing to add something, because they are, in the end, really inconsequential. It's just something fun to have. Yeah, I would like it like a Ki Blast, an Air Blast, something where we just pew 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 shoot stuff from our fists, or if Enlightenment. I know they've been doing a lot of things where like abilities change from one to another. They've done that before, but now I like the way it's going now, because now it's less button bloat. and things flow a little bit better, especially with like the ultimate attacks. But if like Enlightenment, if you get a certain distance away and you have all your chakra, then instead of like the beam, you could just like have a big Odama totally not Spirit Bomb and just chuck it at the enemy and then still do the same potency or whatever. And you could say, well, they could just make the range longer, or you could shush your face and they could give us a Spirit Bomb. Which one sounds better? Anyway, and then for the chakra thing, kind of like how they have the effect for Reaper. How if you look through the Reaper gauge when they're in their trance, you have the flaming orbs, and then they turn into just regular purple orbs. Basically the reverse of that. So you have the orange orbs here for chakra, right here, and then they would start burning when you had overflow. But that would only be possible when you have these chakra things, just so that we can keep meditate how it is, and they don't have to do like some crazy stuff. So like the same way that they would change the one ability to the other, the Masterful Blitz, they would unlock this basically. And we only really need the chakra management when we are in Brotherhood. So as long as that lines up. But yeah, just so that if we have a gauge of 100 and meditate puts us at max, then it just kind of, it's overkill. And I don't want to, I don't know. It just seems like the easiest way. So keep it at normally 5. Then when you're in your Masterful Blitz phase, then you can uncap to basically 10. And the whole point is just to make sure that any extra chakra that's coming in isn't wasted, and that you can continuously do your forbidden chakra as it's coming up without feeling like you're wasting 1 or 2 or 3 chakra. It really doesn't. It's so random. So having that kind of to lay back on or fall back on, I think would be good. Just an idea. I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully I'll have it written down to ask UCP and pose to the battle team, or if anybody from the dev team is watching. People on the NA community team have contact with me, and I would love to have conversations with you guys, like sanctioned and like moderated, so that you don't get in trouble for anything. I've been trying to talk to the battle team for a long time, for like the past few months, and yeah, I'd like to have a dialogue if possible, so we can shoot some ideas back and forth. I don't know. We might run into the same problems where Yoshi P is like, I gotta talk to the battle team, see what they think, and then the battle team's like, I gotta talk to Yoshi P, see if I'm allowed to talk about this. I don't know. I'd still like to talk to them, go directly to the source, but that was kind of my idea. Again, completely superfluous, doesn't even matter. But yeah, it would be really, really cool. Otherwise, absolutely no complaints. Like those past things were just a few suggestions, but I'm not in any way complaining that we don't have them. Not at all. We are doing fine right now. I'm so happy with Monk. Summoner got some cool stuff. Where's Summoner at? Is it later? Yeah, right here. Is it? It's literally the next one. Summoner, we're not summoning, but we are. It's funny that it's still. I can basically more accurately say my idea where it's channeling, because we're not allowed to summon, because summoning primals in the world of Final Fantasy XIV is dangerous. Yoshi P kept like stopping himself from saying summoning. I thought that was funny. All these attacks though, no dots, which is fine. I'm totally fine having a. I think everybody was like, why do we have dots? Why can't we just be a spellcaster that summons? And so now we're actually channeling. This is what I was asking. I wasn't sure if they actually wanted to do full summons coming out. Not that we're summoning them, but they are summons. But they didn't, and that was one of the things that I was hoping that they would do. Either like bring part of them through like some sort of summoning circle, so that you're not technically summoning them, but you are bringing forth their power, or this is perfect, just for their ultimate attack. And then I think other people were talking about it would be really cool if we had this aspected magic, and I wasn't sure how it would work, because I don't know, I was just like, usually there's a theme to each aspect of magic. Like Garuda would be AoE, Ifrit would be single target, and I just wanted to make sure that it was something that flowed a little bit more and wouldn't be super situational. But I think those fears are more or less unfounded. I'm not sure. We'll see what the potencies are of everything, because you can go through what they showed later is you can go through Garuda, Ifrit, Titan in any order that you want at any point that you want, and you can summon Phoenix after just summoning one. Like you don't need to summon all three to get to Phoenix. At least that's how it seems currently. So that's really cool. And then once you get Phoenix out, then the three unlock again. So it's going to be interesting to see if there are situational conditions, or not conditions, but like situational situations, or points in a fight where you'd only want to do one, or if it's good all the time to do all three. A little bit of freedom to kind of mess around and figure out what is good for you, I think is cool. Having a little bit more free form is interesting in my mind, but I wouldn't be mad at it just being like kind of more rotation based and just adjusting it based on what phase it is in a fight and what you need at that time. And most of these are instant casts. I like how they said that the movement was really fun on Summoner, and I agree. That's one of the main things that drew me to it over Black Mage. Along with Phoenix phase just being the coolest gosh dang thing in the game. Just phenomenal. The Summoner has by far exceeded most job designs. Dragoons has always been really good. Paladin got some really cool stuff. More swords. I think I said that as a joke. I was like, I don't know what Paladin could have, like a bigger sword or something. I don't know. And they freaking did it, and people are losing their minds. Just justifiably. But yeah, there are some hard casts. Okay, don't get at me. There are some hard casts, but we have a lot of instant casts through here. Let me. So that was a cast, but then we have instant, and I should pull up Yoshi P's gameplay here. Even for the Reaper, the Reaper job action trailer didn't do it justice. As cool as it was, it didn't do it justice. Like, how is that even possible? But let's see. I don't think they showed anything extra that I didn't talk about for Monk. So we're gonna move ahead to. Okay, so we got Summoner here. Sorry, that's probably loud. I'll try and cut that audio. The cool bit. Okay, so we go straight into the Bahamut, which is cool. You know, cutting out a lot of that kind of blah phase. And then all of these are available here, which is really cool. I'm gonna speed this up real fast. And then he's got these two things, but you see, let me see, because it has to time out, right? So then he's got a couple fire abilities. He's got his main abilities here. That thing goes down, but then he can go back into Phoenix. So once that timer's up, I think most of these are just going to be waiting out the timer to go back into Phoenix to unlock them again, to go back into Bahamut, to unlock these, to go back into Phoenix. It's really cool. Let's go through. They're just talking a lot. Oh, hang on. I really liked the Titan phase. Did they do it? What part? This thing is so long. It's really hard to get. I should have. There we go. Okay. So I like that you get these two things here to kind of go back and forth with. So, like, just the spam. This looks so cool, so much fun, and just the movement, the motion, all that, really cool. So I'm excited for this. I am excited for this. Now, we keep Rez. That was a note. That was kind of cool, but I mean, if you think you're stopping me from summoning, or channeling but not summoning, Ifrit, Garuda, and Titan there, then you're dreaming. I'm not stopping. I'm not gonna do that. Just don't die. Forehead. Okay, Reaper. Let's talk about Reaper. Let's talk about Reaper a little bit. This looked sick. Now I have to slow this one down because, yo, it is so quick. The amount of button spam that you get is awesome. I really like this, how active it looks, and it looks like the flow is really cool. And I like that you get buffs. I miss classes having buffs. I understand that like having to reapply them every fight, like when you're proccing Savage, Extremes, or this portaling was really cool. And I guess you have a one forward, one back. That's kind of neat to have those options. Hopefully there's not too much bloat because of that, but I liked that you have the kind of option go forward, leave the portal behind you, or go back, leave the portal in front of you, and then swap back and forth between the portal. I'm trying to say it as meticulously as I can so that people don't get into the comments, well, actually, I don't care. Sorry, about buffs, reapplying them all the time when you're progging and wiping, and just the style of endgame that Final Fantasy has, those buffs don't work. It's more of a hassle than like, we're preparing for a really big battle, like something like where Monster Hunter or Final Fantasy XI, where wiping was not the intention. That was not good if you died, whereas in Final Fantasy XIV, you lose some durability on your gear, and that's about it. Yeah, they expect you to wipe in this game. So yeah, this part right here, where it's just going wild. I love this, and then just that is insane. That whole phase is unbelievable. That looks so crazy. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Like, it's gonna be tricky to figure out for your muscle memory, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. All right, what time am I at? All right, we're approaching 30 minutes here. Anyway, they did talk about this where they're like, we're worried, or we don't want it to be too complicated, but there's a healthy amount of difficulty, something to that extent. And I agree with that. I agree fully with that that line of thinking, because having different difficulties in our what's available for us to play is good. That's a good thing. And people don't have to be able to play everything. There's something for everyone, for the casual level, for the high level. So having a higher skill cap job, even if I'm not good at Reaper. Let's say I'm not good at Reaper. I can't figure it out. My brain cells fall asleep after the first couple combos. That's fine. That's okay. As long as people are having fun with it, the people who can make the most of it are having a good time with it. Because I mean, again, dev team, if you're listening, I see a lot of people on the forums, at least on the NA ones, that, maybe not a lot, but more than twice, which is still concerning, that think Monk is too fast. There's too much going on. It's so confusing. I don't get it. But all they need to do is just put the time into learning it. And I get a lot of people in my chat saying that they're having a hard time figuring it out, and that's okay. But the people on the forums are like asking for it to be like they make it out like it needs to be adjusted or fixed or dumbed down. And if that happens, I'm going to lose my mind. Please don't. It's fine. You're doing a great job with it. It's good, and hopefully Reaper is in the same area. But I think what needs to happen is we need to more encourage newer players or more casual players, nudge them towards jobs that are meant to be a little bit simpler, a little bit more like just, and this isn't an insult to anybody whose jobs these are. This is just a matter of some jobs just aren't as complicated. Some are just very straightforward. And as far as like, because you have your skill speed spectrum, you have Dragoon, which is probably the lowest. Not a bad thing, it's just the lowest. Then you have Samurai, then you have Ninja, then you have Monk, and now you have Reaper. I believe that's all 5 that we have right now for melee DPS. And like for ranged, if people like a lot of buttons to press, they can go Machinist. If they don't, they have Bard. There are options, and we need to nudge them towards options that might be, not shame them towards those options, but nudge them towards those options that will at least help them figure out, oh, this is how combo works, and this is how flow works, because you still have a lot to do if you're going to play a job well. But there's some just kind of hold your hand through it a little bit easier when you're starting out, I think. It's a little bit more intuitive, whereas some you just kind of have to figure out, and you're more getting used to a flow of it. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that discovery is part of the magic of it, and I'm really looking forward to figuring out all this. This is going to be a lot of fun. So that's just my 2 cents there. Yeah, you can really tell that the dev team is going in overtime. You've got the animations like on another level. You've got the sound design on another level. It's just everything feels so good. I think we're getting rain. Wow, that'd be the highlight of the night. Yeah, like they're doing great. Keep it up. I'm gonna keep doing discussion videos. I'm gonna keep giving feedback. But right now, that's my feedback for this. This is insane and incredible, and I appreciate that they're listening. It makes, because I made the joke on Twitter, like, I wonder if they watched our videos. Because obviously, like, there's got to be some sort of like, oh, hey, maybe that's a good idea. Or, oh, yeah, we were going to do that anyway. That confirms that people like it, That's been going on. But someone's like, oh, to be fair, they listen to a lot of stuff. Like, okay, but they're like doing exactly what we asked for, exactly the way that we asked that it be done. This is awesome. This is incredible. Because they don't have to listen to us. They don't have to listen to me. They don't have to listen to anybody. They can do whatever they want. But they did. They're collaborating with us, like maybe indirectly, but I've never felt so a part of a community, a part of a game, or felt that the game was a part of the community. This is awesome, and we need to, at least that's my take, that we need to be a little bit more, don't take it for granted. This is a good thing that we've got going on, and enjoy it while it lasts. Hopefully it lasts forever, but if it doesn't, at least we can have a point in time where we can say, this is how a dev team should do things. This is how a game should treat its player base. This is how players and the development team take what was intended and what players found or wanted, and then just merge it into just the best version of itself. So, yeah, this is fantastic. I'm super excited. Sorry, I'm a little bit more tired. It's later. I already had that 45-minute rant earlier. Are we getting close to that now? Almost. Still about 10 minutes. But anyway, yeah, that's about it. Maybe I'll do a scholar video with my wife, because she was wanting to do that. So she'd be more of the casual side of things, whereas I think a lot more of the hardcore or upper level scholar players or healers have been making their commentary already, so you can go check them out. I believe she was watching Mioni and getting a lot of insight from there. So we'll see, and I'll be trying to tackle as much as I can during the media tour. We have like from 10 to 6, and then an interview from 9 to 9:45. It's a lot. I hope you should be sleeping, because that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then we're slotted in one of those days. So, but yeah, I'll let you guys know all that info from then, after the embargo is lifted. And if you guys have any like concerns or questions or things that you want me to look out for, leave that in the comments. Otherwise, I think we're done here. So, thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for watching. Sorry this took so long. I was working on that other meme for the Bleach reference.
私のソニードはエスパーダ最速です。それはおごりだと言ったはずだ。
So, anyway, yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for making this so fun. It's way more hype because these are all things that we've come up with together, or it just all these discussions have come to fruition, and it feels so cool. But anyway, hope you guys have a great rest of your morning, evening, afternoon, night, whatever it is for you guys. God bless you all. We'll see you next time.